A luxury hotel in Dubai on fire. An airport in Bahrain paralyzed. A United States embassy hit. Amazon data centers across the Persian Gulf dark. And the weapon responsible? It costs less than a Honda Accord. This is the story of a drone that Iran built for almost nothing. The Shahed 136.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Newsroom, Newsroom 16.1. We here with another show, starting with 7 people in the live. Hit the live chat. Give us suggestions. Make sure you hit the like button, share. Come on, help us out here. We love you. Peace and greetings. Today, this is a continuance of the Iran conflict with United States, Israel, and the Middle East
This shit
is
don't make no
on
sense.
fire. Now, I'm your host, Henry, your co-host, Shin JML, and we got our special guest host, St. Patrick, on. That's my brother. And we got another special guest host today. We got Tobias. I hope I pronounced it right. I'm from Louisiana. Love me or hate me. We got a lot to talk about. Oh, we got some good news. I know y'all know I make shorts on Sudan. We got some good news on Sudan. This Iranian war is helping Sudan out. The conflict in Sudan can come to an end. So we're gonna talk about this and much, much more. What's up? What's up, Shin? How you doing? How you doing?
Hey man, you already know it's back in the game, I'm glad we got our special guests on here, and we gonna get this work. Oh, and let me not forget to tell people, make sure y'all check out our new website. We just got it up and we ready to go. We ripping and running.
Yes, yes. It's newsroom16.com, correct?
Yes, sir. You know that it's off rip. We got the
So
link in
make
the
sure,
description.
everyone, to check us out. Check our website out. We're gonna add so much more in time. We're gonna have shops where we sell goods, merch, and they're gonna be useful, not nothing stupid. We building up here.
Right.
So let's go back to the beginning and where we here now. It been 2 weeks, going on the third week. February 28th. In the essence of Ramadan, United States and Israel attacked the Republic of Iran. Iran retaliated. The world is at a standstill. All you prices gonna rise. Medicine gonna rise. Food gonna rise. Water, the essence of water, will be precious in the land of the Middle East. So, what's up, St. Pat? How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? How you doing,
Good.
Shin? How you doing, bro? Um, I'm doing great over here in Cali, man. It was a warm and hot day as usual in the state of California, down here in the southern part of the state. Um, I'm looking at the developing news around the world, and it's looking good for the opposite team if you rooting for anybody other than America and Israel. It look good for y'all, but for America, hey, if we don't stop the war soon, shit, man, we gonna be calling uncle, man. I think, but that's just me.
Hmm. I agree. Brother, your voice went
You
out. I
still
can't hear
on
you.
mute, kid.
You on mute. I
Oh
can't hear
yeah.
you.
So I'm sorry about that. I put myself on mute so it won't be no problem. So tell about yourself. Tell us what's your thoughts of what's going on in this land that they call the Middle East. How you feel?
You talking to Brother St. Patrick, correct?
No, I'm talking to you, Tobias. How you
Oh,
doing? How you doing today? I'm
I'm
sorry
sorry.
about
Hey,
that.
hi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had a malfunction earlier, so I was confused. How everybody doing? My name Tobias, Tabahaya in Hebrew. I Aboriginal or native tongue, as some may say. How do I feel? Well, when I was in high school, I got in a habit of, in different phases in life when we start making our own money. I feel like sometimes we develop bad habits. And my bad habit, I was spending a lot of money on maps and books. And I bought this book for like $300 about how FDR and I don't remember his name. I should look it up. But the Prime Minister of the UK at the time, how they acquired that land to give that place as a place of refuge for Jews. But I'm pretty sure they knew it would cause conflict because it was, land that belonged to others like the native Iranians and whatnot, those people in that area. So it to me is extremely vain, and it sucks to watch as we see like um, severe results happen because of some of the most minute lies, and that's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? We can break it down to the specifics, the schools, the airports getting hit, but it just sucks that all this is going on over a lie that was established no longer than 70 years ago.
Okay. Okay.
Tobias, you was talking about Winston Churchill.
Yeah, yes, thank you. There we go. Like they legit this jet like what after what's the Russian guy name that got executed after World War II? Like right after that happened, they went and they got that land and they gave it to Jews and they just
I
named
know.
that area
First,
Israel. Like
It was Lord Belfort. That was the prime minister who signed the affidavit to Rothschilds. He did not give the land to Israel. He gave it to the Rothschilds. All of the territory of Palestine, he had gave it to the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds had put it in a trust, and who managed the trust is the Israeli government.
right.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me say something too about
And
what St. Patrick just said, right? The Rothschilds, let's not forget the Rothschilds, when you put their name back into Hebrew, it just means that they're the children of Esau, they're Edomites. So they can't be Judeans if they're Edomites. That's not possible. You could go look that up in the scriptures. You know what I mean? They're not who they say they are.
right. It's absolutely, Jamal. I agree.
Okay.
Same results.
So I got questions to ask. Is the United States accomplishing its goals in the war? Washington's stated goal had included degrading Iran nuclear program, ballistic missile, navy,
Hmm.
drones, and control its proxies. So
Yeah.
anyone could answer: is the United States accomplishing its goals?
Yeah,
Um.
Go ahead, St. Patrick. You could get that.
y'all mind, no, America is not accomplishing any goals that they formally set out in this declaration of war or wartime powers or whatever, military action, whatever you want to call it. Uh, their goal was to reduce Iran ability this time to strike abroad, such as Israel, so they won't enter a effect as Israel decides to grow uh their their territory by sucking up Palestine, Syria, then Transjordan next, and then Egypt finally, and Saudi Arabia, Iraq, and southern Turkey. No, no, no. They have stopped. Other than going into Lebanon, they have stopped their advance into Syria. They've stopped any further escalations with any other countries in the region. And Jordan, they already own King Abdullah of Jordan. So no, uh, Israel and America hasn't accomplished their goal of containing the nuclear threat, because Iran never had a nuclear threat from the get-go. They didn't want nuclear bombs. They stated that in the first negotiation when Obama made the agreement. They didn't want nuclear bombs. They never had weapon grade plutonium. And even then, when Trump went over here on the 27th of February with his son-in-law and the other guy, Iran was saying that they'll give up all of their uranium. Right? I think that's crazy. I think that they should go ahead and make their bombs so they won't be threatened by America or Israel anymore. You know, they don't threaten to take out countries that have nuclear weapons. You know what I'm saying? They do more negotiation and talking because they know the consequences could be dire. So they don't do that. So that's Iran problem, being Muslim and not want to kill innocent people, women and children. Now, had they opened up the Hormuz, the threat of drone attacking U.S. bases in the area or regional partners? Hell no. They getting struck nightly and daily. As they open up the Hormuz Strait so oil flow could get through? No. So that means oil prices are going to escalate. Is that good for America? Yes and no. We only sell 2% of the world oil. The rest we consume. It's good for Iran because their tankers and Chinese tankers are getting through, right? So whoever Iran is selling oil to, they're getting their oil, and China is getting their oil. So if they're good, yes, for Iran, because they're making the $100 and something barrel of oil deals. China is getting the cheap oil that they want. You know what I'm saying? But is the other Arabic countries actually doing financially well? Nah. Financially, militarily, and politically, no. Strategically, no. They're taking hits after hit by opening up their bases to the U.S. The U.S. knows it. They can't get a ship through the Persian Gulf at all. So no, I would say America is at the bottom end of this, even though popular media might say otherwise. But if you look at it in the other news around the area, nah, they getting hit. And that's all I got to say. If any other things I want to speak about that y'all might think of, that I might have a insight on, just let me know and I'll elaborate on it as much as I can.
This might sound funny, but I'm gonna say it like this: United States wanted Iran to get rid of its ballistic missile program. I think United States is achieving that goal, but the way that they're achieving it, I don't think America wanted. I think they wanted Iran to just disactivate the program, destroy their missiles. But Iran, if they had 100,000 missiles, they're actually getting rid of them. But they're using them. They attacking.
Well, hold on, Henry. According to the
I
statistics,
can't understand what you're saying.
according to the most recent statistic, they did it. They had to have a stockpile of 100,000 missiles, And in the current conflict, Iran has used 1,500 missiles, which is about 1.5%. Is like 10% of the stock. You know what I mean? They barely use 10%. So out of 100,000 missile stockpile, they've been
Excuse
using
me, sir.
1,000.
You just said 10% of the missile capacity? That's all they touched into yet?
What was you
Yep.
saying though?
And according to the Iranian general, they haven't even touched into their more modern missile capacity yet. They haven't touched on using any of their updated, more state of the art missiles. They've been using the older missiles from the 90s and the 80s right now. They're not really using too much. And to be honest with you, outside of them using the hypersonic missiles, you know what I mean? Israel and the allied Muslim countries, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and them, they've been getting hit up. So I really don't see a current necessity for going to dip into the more modern, up to date missiles that they got, the more advanced technology, because they're already smoking them with the 40-year-old missiles. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying you got to bring out. That's like how me and Henry always do. We got to relate it back to the streets. That's like, if you know you could take these fools out with the 9, you ain't gonna be running out here with the belt-fed Johns, M60 machine guns, and belt-fed looking like Rambo, coming out here with the AR, with the banana, with the double banana clip on it, and the infrared beam. You ain't gotta bring out all that if all you gotta do is use the 9 on these folks. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's one of them type of situations. It's a waste of ammo, and it would be a waste of your time, especially if you know that your enemies really aren't equipped to be able to defend against your small arm fire. So why would you get into the big Johns? They only been hitting Israel with them hypersonic missiles because Israel got the Patriot, the missile defense. And the hypersonic missiles can automatically make it past the missile defense. And they've only been using, Iran's only been using those hypersonic missiles on rare occasions to hit certain strategic targets in Tel Aviv, you know? So it's not like they're using them in mass or they're using them in clusters or anything like that. They're just using a single hypersonic missile. They destroy the target, and then they're sending a bunch of regular missiles with those suicide drones in there.
So since the last show that we had, Iran missile heads. That's been the topic of discussion for a while, as Iran have mortar missiles. Missiles that separate in the middle of the sky in bursts.
Clusters.
Yes, into different clusters.
I think
And
that's what they call it,
destroy
cluster ballistics.
yes. So I want to show this video real quick. Let's go ahead and show. See, the state of Israel do not allow footage of their cities or sensitive sites where Iran have damage. So it's a media block. But some information is allowed to get out the country. So let's share. Do y'all see it?
No, not yet.
Okay, let's share the screen. There you go. Yes, we back. So we see that Israel is paralyzed. We see cluster ammunition. We see drones. We see Iran attack several military bases, radar systems. And at the beginning of this conflict, a lot of media and people realized that the Arab nation was just a beachhead for Israel, the protection of Israel. But we see that the so-called allied force of Israel and the United States is running out of interceptors. The radar system is down. Iran is attacking while Hezbollah is attacking. And a shocking development occurred also. Some people called the Kurds. The Iraqi Kurds remember helping through the war of Iran and Iraq, and United States abandoned them. Saddam Hussein used nerve agents and attacked and deceased many Kurds. The Iraqi Kurds is telling the Iranian Kurds, think twice, because the United States could go to the table with the Iranian regime later on and turn their backs on them. The Kurds in the nation of Syria is saying, no, do not do this, because we help United States forces take down ISIS and United States abandon us. United States got a history of that.
Hey, Henry, and don't
So,
forget to mention, hold on,
yes.
before you go past that. And don't forget to mention, Syria helped us defeat ISIS, quote unquote, defeat ISIS just for Donald Trump to put the leader of ISIS as the president of the country.
So
All right.
we
Can if y'all, I know y'all mentioned this, and I just wanted to hit y'all up with this. I
yeah.
just want y'all viewers to know that ISIS was never a threat to the United States. ISIS was created by the United States. All it is like Al Qaeda. It's a list of known sympathizers with American causes in the area that they is just like a rebel group. You know what I'm saying? Combatants are people who mercenaries, right? Mercenaries in the group in the overall area that want to participate in looting and getting certain resources for America. They don't have a strategic objective or political outcome. They don't care. So what they'll do,
You
whatever
got food?
America say, hey, we want these oil
I was gonna get
fields,
some nachos.
would y'all seize
Hey,
them
Tobias, you
for
gotta
us?
mute your mic,
And
bro.
we'll give you the money and the resources to do it. And they just say yeah, and they go do it. They're recruited in the general area because they speak the Arabic language, but they come from all parts of the world. You know what I'm saying? From Kurdistan, Chechnya, Bosnia, you know what I'm saying? Different places through Europe
Serbia, we was
and
talking
so
about that the
forth.
other day, Henry.
Yeah, Serbia, all those different places that are ethnic war torn or relax the government
I
that they could
yes, and what's the Doritos to do with the
call,
Tobias, mute your mic, kid.
call upon for
how much is that?
military assistance and military use
Uh-huh.
of human hardware. You know what I'm saying? Manpower, basically. That's what ISIS is. It's not really a legitimate organization that we think
Yeah, it
of
is,
a
bro. This is
nation
a hold
state,
on. Let me put you on. Let me put you
country, or
on game,
anything
gang.
like that. They don't. And you're right that
Hey,
America
Patrick, hold
used
on. Let me put you
ISIS
on game.
and
Let me
made
put
the
you on game.
president of Syria.
Hey, what does
You know,
ISIS stand for, St. Patrick?
I have to look
What does
something
ISIS stand for? Israeli
I have to
Secret
go relook it up.
Intelligence Service.
Yeah,
You
some
understand what
Israeli
this is?
intelligence, some shit.
It's the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. It's
Yeah.
basically the
You
Israel.
right, you
It's
right.
the
Yeah.
Israeli version of the CIA. So
Yeah, so
we already know what's up there. They're consummate actors. They're hired in for these type situations. So if we need to go, if we need a reason, like we needed a reason to go into Iraq, like we needed a reason to be up in these people's business to try to get to the oil, to try to get to the resource. So they use these actors, ISIS, in order to perpetrate some fraud, false flag attacks, in order for them to engage in a combat field that they chose already pre-planned, and they're trying to make sure that the United States stays in business. Because see, everybody knows the number one business of the United States is warfare. So if you don't notice by now that arms dealing and warfare is the number one thing that the United States does economically, then yes, you sleep at the wheel. So we just trying to wake folks up and let y'all know. That's why if you notice, ISIS never attack Hezbollah, ISIS never attack Hamas, and ISIS sure as
So
hell, and anybody can look this up if you think I'm lying, since 2001, ISIS never attacked Israel. They never attacked Israel. And that's one of the key things, even though they supposed to be some Islamic terrorists, they never attacked Israel. That never made sense unless you know that's the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service.
To go with what you said,
yes,
Jamal, it's the number one way politicians launder money and clean money is warfare.
yes. So when it come down to Israel and the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, aka the Israeli Intelligence Service, we have articles where you can pull up that the Israeli was taking the injured the injured rebels, nursing them back to health, and sending them back across the border. There's articles on this. So this first segment is about the
Henry,
expansion of this
Henry.
war.
Let me ask you a question for real quick about that. Is there any articles where it says that Israel was doing that for Hamas or for Hezbollah?
No. No, countries
Well,
like Jordan
that's
was
proof in the pudding,
taking
if you ask me.
injured
That's all I wanted.
citizens
That's all I
and
wanted
helping
to
them.
say. And you got the mic.
So, okay, this first segment is about the expansion of this war. We have a battleship without no ammunition participating in a war exercise friendly game, leaving India. In international water, United States attacked this ship with a submarine and left the crew there. In international law, if you sink a ship, you gotta stay there and see if survivals is there and take them to shore.
Yeah, if it's not in a wartime state and your countries are at war, you don't have
No,
to do that.
no, 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 no. In World War II, the German rescued more American and Allied forces than America done in this war.
Listen to me.
You, Geneva
America did
Convention.
not sign any treaty of maritime law with any country at all. So we don't have to do anything to help out no country at all. Yes, we patrol the waters so we could steal shit. You know what I mean? We patrol the water. Let's be honest. America patrol the waters. It's for everybody in the world. We don't protect shipments. We seize shipments. If you got something that we want, we just come and take your ship. We don't care if it's insured or it's not insured. We don't care. We just come and steal it. If we don't want it in the water, we blow it up. That's what America do. We're not no police of the world. We are the pirates of the world. We're the biggest pirates. We're the biggest mafia. We're the biggest dope runners, the biggest drug dealers. We're the biggest gangsters in the world. But anybody that don't know this
Hey,
about
St. Pat,
America,
you know
get your
who's the good
mind right.
example for that? You know who's the good example of who America is? Omar off the wire. You know what I'm saying? Omar from the
You
wire.
sure right, brother. You
You
sure
know what I
right.
mean? He don't
Yeah,
got no
Omar had
loyalty to
no
nobody.
scruples.
Right. He had no nah. Let's not mess it up. He had morals and ethics if he seen you as his equal. But if he saw you as lesser than him, he was gonna get you.
Facts.
You
So,
know, because remember when he went up against that Islamic brother, he was giving him respect. But everybody else, Omar wasn't respecting because they was regular selling drugs in the community, tearing down the youth and stuff like that. But he was going to war with all the other drug dealers, and that's basically what America's doing out here. And we're substituting drug dealing for what? Oil. You know
No.
what I mean? They're not blowing
Hey,
people out
brother,
of the
I
water
agree
with
with you.
drugs. They
I just
blowing
want to
people out of
add
the
you
water
another
with
layer.
food.
Why are we attacking fishing vessels in the Caribbean if we ain't drug running? If you ain't selling our dope, you can't move a dope. You can't move a boat. Okay? And if you move a boat, we blow it up out the water. And you know what I'm saying? We show it. You know what I mean? Don't
I
forget that we're
agree.
still in the
Nah, that
Caribbean
goes
blowing up
fishing.
little fishing boats full of dope.
That's
If you
playing
ain't
gangster
moving
game.
dope for us, you can't move it. If you ain't moving oil for
That's
us,
for
you
damn
can't move
sure.
it. We seize Russia oil, so
If
we
them
doing
rich
it
ain't got
all.
the right stamps on it, you already know.
That's been going on since Reagan. before.
Man, been going on since the American history. You know what I'm saying? We was the pirates.
The
You know
inception
what
of the
I'm saying?
corporation,
And let's not
absolutely.
forget,
Yeah.
Hey,
let's not forget that's
to
why
be
you had
honest
to
with you,
put
when you
laws
look at the
against American.
conglomerate, and I
Go
like the
ahead.
way you said that, brothers. I like the way you said that, brother Saint Patrick. Like the analogy of us being pirates. When you look at the conglomerate of nations that came to America and made the U.S. what today is the U.S. corporation, that's all the hell they were. Motherfuckers on boats stealing shit, robbing shit, well, trying their best to or whatever. As much resources and people they lost, they was still a act of deceitment, and they damn sure did a lot of damage.
That's how they are, bro. That's what we are, man. Listen to me. America flag before America became America was the pirates' banner, bro. It was the cross and skull and bones. Our strategic institution, you know what I'm saying, where all our presidents come from, Yale, Harvard, all of them got the skull and bones. What are the skull and bones? Who in a house with skulls and bones, my nigga? Only pirates. You know what I'm saying? We call them Freemasons now. You know what I'm saying? But these are the pirates. They got a mandate from the British Crown to conquer the world. You know what I'm saying? So the British won't do it and look bad anymore. They send the Americans to do it. And the Americans got more people and more land. They also got a thirst for war. You know what I'm saying? Our God over here is Zeus, the god of war and thunder. Nigga, shit, you know what I'm saying? What would you call that boy? Odin. You know what I'm saying? The one eye monster, Odin. Yeah, that's our God, God of war and thunder and chaos and mayhem. When you be and y'all know your military vets, y'all know who y'all prayed to when y'all was in the military. You know what I'm saying? Those special forces men prayed to. You know what I'm saying? They're symbols of all murdering gods. You know what I'm saying? Of war and mayhem. You know what I mean? All y'all symbols of y'all shields, coat of arms, or dragons and demons and so forth. That's what we do here in America. Let's not get that. Let's not be like the fake media and try to say that America is about spreading democracy, peace, love, and happiness, and making sure that other countries don't get nuclear bombs to threaten peaceful, loving nations. No, we're the only people to have nuclear bombs that threaten peace-loving nations. We're the only nation that ever used a bomb in war. You know what I'm
But
saying? They kill.
hey, Iran is the only country that's facing two nuclear powers and winning. Hey.
Hey, hey.
Uh,
Hey, to go back to what Jamal said when he compared the U.S. to Omar, think about how Omar felt in the wire. You know what I mean? A fucking kid in the same neighborhood that was watching him the whole time. You know what I mean? Just showing you it ain't
Look, look,
always an
look,
equal power that knock
look.
you off.
The
Oh,
last,
what
the
what that
last
do? What
kid
that
in the
do from
Middle East, the
Oh, my bad.
last nation in
I
the
was going.
Middle East is jumping ship. Just like you
You know what
just
I
said,
mean?
brother. I like your analogy.
And I was, it's a saying. What's that? I just watched a show called The Wire, and I'm just using the saying because I like it. And he said, "Well, how do you say?" He said, "Just because you shot Jesse James, it don't make you Jesse James." And just saying, like, you don't have to be the top nigga to take down the top nigga. You don't have to be. You know what I mean? Not at all.
Not at all. We see it
so
now. Look at Lil Rand. Lil Rand been starved for
Hold on,
40
hold on, hold on.
years of isolation, so unquote, right? And they was barred from the global trade network for all these years. And they holding up this long to the big bad wolf.
And you got to think about it. That's part of the analogy in with the wire with Omar, because remember, see what a lot of people don't realize is that little kid shot Omar with his own strap. Because if you remember earlier in the season when Omar was in the corner store and he seen the police in the mirror, he went into the aisle and put his strap behind the on the in the shelf behind the items. And that's the strap that the kid got that
Oh
shot him.
shit! That's crazy. Damn
So,
sure did.
so, so now you got to think about it, right? The Iranians is using the technology right now to fight the United States and Israel that they got from the United States in the 1970s and the 1980s during the Iranian Contras. That's how they got these modern warfare weaponries and modern warfare techniques, because they themselves in their initial institution was trained by United States personnel. They was trained by the United States for war. Remember, Ahmadinejad, see, a lot of people don't know is that Ahmadinejad was, because in the modern day, Ahmadinejad was the president before Khomeini was the president in Iran. But Ahmadinejad was also the president after they took down the Shah in Iran too. They put Ahmadinejad in power originally during the late 80s. They put him in power over there. And then he stepped down, like how Putin did in the mid to late 90s, he stepped down, only to take back power after 9/11. You know, once they knew that the United States was vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, and this is one thing too that a lot of people, they gonna call me conspiracy theorists, but I only see things for what it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The Zionists, the Americans, the Russians, the Chinese, and the Iranians is all in cahoots, because this is the controlled demolitions, like me and Henry have said on a previous show, of the Western civilization. This is the collapse, the controlled demolition of the collapse of the Western system of civilization. Because what are they trying to bring in? The New World Order. But they're all in agreement with the New World Order. They're
You
trying to
breaking up
make
a little
it
bit,
so,
brother. Brother Jamal, you breaking up a little bit.
Right now, the United States, Israel, and Ukraine have the highest stockpiles of nuclear weaponry. If the United States, Israel, and Ukraine fall, that makes Kazakhstan the highest possessor of nuclear arsenal. And Kazakhstan, I don't know if people have been reading the Agenda 2030, but Kazakhstan is going to become the head of the New World Order. It's going to become the capital of the New World Order, Kazakhstan. And it's going to be because they already have the highest nuclear arsenal, and they have one of the highest GDPs right now in the world, even compared to the United States, because even a percentage of the United States income has gone to fund the country of Kazakhstan.
So, our first segment, we talk about the expansion of the war. Now we're going to talk about the human and global impact of the war. I promise everybody to tell y'all about Sudan. I'm going to tell y'all about the impact about Sudan in a country called Bahrain.
Let's talk about it, brother.
When it comes down to Sudan, North Sudan, they are at war with a militant group called the Rapid Support Force, RSF. They are supplied by the UAE. There's a private military organization supplied by the UAE to fight for influence and resources in the Horn of Africa. Iran is attacking UAE. So that's stopping money and weapons transfer into Sudan to help the Rapid Support Force. So the Sudan nation is having major upbringing or major wins and strategic wins against the rapid support force. And also, when it comes down to Bahrain, a lot of people don't understand the royalty over the country is Sunni, but the population is Shiite. And when it comes down to the human tally, you have someone close to Jesus, someone close to the Pope, and that is the supreme leader of Iran. And he was, I would say, assassinated, or some people use the word murder by Israel and the United States. But in my eye view, this might not be the panel eye view. I think when they assassinated Khomeini, that was the worst thing to do because he was the person who put in the religion doctrine to do not build a bomb. So now his son is in power, and his son can say, I love my father. My father fed me. My father taught me. You unalive my father. I'm going to hell. I could put in a religional doctrine that we do not surrender. We keep fighting to the last man, and you will have a lot of religional radical fighters who will stand behind that because of something I want to show y'all real quick. Let me show y'all real quick. I'm sorry for holding y'all, but I want to show y'all this video. I found this video, but
After the
YouTube
video, I
is
got a
kind of,
question for you, brother.
yes. You can answer it now while I go find it.
Oh, all right. So, due to my just according to my research, and I want y'all to correct me if I'm wrong, all three of y'all. But the UAE is technically a subordinate of the US, right?
It's a vessel state, yes.
So it's kind of like don't because I heard everything you said, but you kind of caught me like off guard with when you was like the UAE funding, just warfare in general. Don't you think that's kind of like secondhand influence, if that makes sense, from the US? It's just to take less off us. Like I know we're gonna touch on this topic later, but Jamal brought it up before the before we got on the show, but like the draft, and it's one of those things where it's like it's one of those things that the U.S. government is using to take more off of them. If you know what I'm saying, maybe I could be looking at it wrong, but that's how I'm seeing it.
Well, if y'all
So,
mind me answering that back up.
I feel like you on point with what you said because let's just look at it from a
Jamal,
tactical
you might have to
perspective, not
refresh
even
your
from.
phone. You staticking.
Who, me?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
All
So
right, you're on point when you say that is true that America is using U the UEA, the other country, to help the rapid support groups so they don't have to get their hands dirty. But it's also the UEA, they also got their own government as well. They also got their own entity. They don't have to do it if they don't want to, right? But
Right,
the incentives to doing it is for the goal in Sudan, right?
right.
Eastern Northern Sudan has one of the largest gold resources in the world. Most
Okay.
people don't know. So yeah, they doing
Eh,
it for the
eh,
gold and for that influence and not really for the people, man. Not for the
okay, I got another
everyday
question for you,
common
brother
people.
Patrick.
Go ahead.
All right. So you know how dinar is basically the world's most powerful monetary currency at the moment, right? And that's basically it's the dinar that the UAE use. It's the multiple dinars, but I don't know the specific one. But it's like the most powerful at the moment right now. And and with like you saying, them pursuing Sudan for the goal. Do you think it's more so the UAE doing it because of the UAE government, or it's the UAE following orders? If you know what I mean.
I
It's
don't. I can.
I'm gonna
So
explain.
to me,
I'm gonna
listen to me.
explain.
I'm not really a huge conspiracy theorist, right? But I always say follow the money, right?
Mm,
If the large bulk of the gold is going to back up your currency or your economy, right? Because they are the largest gold holders in the world
mm,
as it
right,
of this date, right?
right.
Remember, it's just like any gold or any place. Nobody could get to the UEA right now. So you can't get no gold out. You can't do none of that shit. So if Iran decided to evade that motherfucker, right? Because they sent right across the Gulf. No warships could get through a net, right? If they
Right.
really wanted to, they could seize it and all that money be gone, right? Over tomorrow,
Oh,
right? So it doesn't matter. Is America got it? No, America don't hold it. So if America ain't holding the gold, they can't. Which one? Is they backing them? Yeah, they backing them financially and monetarily. When you talk about guns, because they supply 'em with weapons, but they can't even
absolutely.
defend them right now. You know what I'm saying? They can't defend them people. Them people
And we,
are on their
Well,
own. They
and
getting
we
hammered.
also and we also gotta learn from history that they use it as also a smoke screen, because we remember that so-called Osama bin Laden, when he was running away from Saudi Arabia, he went to Sudan. They did the British divide and conquer. They divided South Sudan and created a whole nation. The West created that. And now they divide the rest of Sudan, so it's all the pirates could come in and take what you can. Come with your private military force and take what you can. So we
Well, like I
also
was saying before, I had to refresh my feed
right.
that when we're tactically speaking about UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, in these border Islamic nations, what like me and Henry been discussing in the previous shows, they've been taking the brunt of the missile attacks too. They've been getting hit up. They're like the wall. Before you could hit Israel, you got to hit them up. So, because the missiles got to fly by their area anyway to get them to Israel. So, if they're not incapacitated in a way where they're disabled, they're going to be able to intercept some of the missiles too that are on their way to Israel. So,
yes.
and not only that, but the United States already planned for that. That's why a lot of those bases, like a lot of people keep saying, oh, the United States is taking more casualties at those bases than they're telling us in the media. But not if you understand that Donald Trump pulled those troops out last April, last May, last June. They was pulling people out of there since this time last year. Them bases that Iran hit in excuse me, in Kuwait and in the UAE and in Qatar, those bases they hit, they was empty. There was, and like I pointed out last time on the other show, if you go look at those videos in depthly, you don't see no airplanes in the field, in the runways. You don't see no helicopters. You don't see no Humvees. You don't see no armored vehicles. You don't see no tanks. You don't even see no regular cars in it parked up in there. So really, who was in there? Really, think about it. Who was in there then? They was just blowing up some empty buildings. And Henry, like I was saying,
Skeleton crews.
what Henry, what does the United States get out of getting all those bases blown up? What do we get out of that?
Propaganda.
Nah, insurance payments.
Oh,
Insurance payments. Come on, bro. They took out the biggest radio tower. They took out one of the biggest radio tower devices in the world. One of the most expensive radio devices on the planet got blown up. And guess what? Guess who's getting paid the money? United States government is getting paid them insurance payments on, because you know that they didn't build the biggest radio device in the world without insurance on it. Come on, man. We already know this. It's the same thing. It's the same thing that we uncovered about 9/11. The Twin Towers was an insurance payment. It wasn't, they knocked them towers down, not because of no terrorism. They knocked them towers down because it was full of asbestos. They couldn't bring it up to code. It was impossible. It was going to cost at least 3 to 5 times what the towers was worth to bring it up to code and clean out all the asbestos. So what did they do? They blew it up so they could collect the insurance money. And we know this is an American tactic because we can go back to the 70s and the 60s when the Italian mafia used to do the same thing to their restaurants and their storefronts. If it wasn't making money, they'd blow it up or they would burn it and collect the insurance money.
Yes.
It's a simple tactic.
So, Shin, I wanted to tell my story. Me and you talk. So I wanted to explain to people how I experience how the Middle East going right now. So in 2008, I moved back to my hometown of Lake Charles. And I was working at a convenience store. So I had some candy going around the neighborhood trying to sell to make some extra money on the side. Dude named Wilson said he don't have the right amount of money. He need change. So I was breaking the change from, and he yanked my money. And he had this other dude named McCree. He was right there in the middle. So I was chasing around McCree, and McCree like, I don't have nothing to do with it. If you hit me, I'ma hit you back. So the first thing came to my mind is, McCree, you in the way and you not making no effort to get out the way. So I'm gonna punch you. So this is what Iran is doing now, as to the point that Israel attacked, United States attacked. And United States have military bases in these countries, in these nations. And Iran won't sit there and say, you using these military bases to spy on us, to use for logistics, to use to send rockets and planes towards our destination. Saudi Arabia, you saying you neutral and you staying out of it, but you supporting United States. Okay, I want to attack your citizens, but I will attack every United States interest in your nation because this is certified under the Act of War. Iran could do that. Iran could attack each and every one of them nations because they have the right to protect their sovereignty.
Hey, Henry, let's just say it like it is, right? Israel and the United States have already, Pete Hegseth, which we already know is the Secretary of War or the Secretary of Defense, whichever way you want to portray the government office. Pete Hegseth already said Israel and the United States is not going by the Geneva Conventions. Iran has already shown by attacking other sovereign nations that had not attacked it that it also is not going by the Geneva Conventions. Which, if we're making it a key point to understanding, the Geneva Convention is just a guideline. It is not a it's not mandatory to go by the Geneva Convention. It's just a guideline, right? Like we was talking about with the Roman castle law too, Henry, when they said, the one that said that the World Court said Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. That's just a guideline. It's not to go by, because if that's the case, how come Interpol hasn't showed up at Benjamin Netanyahu's door to arrest him? But if he was a drug lord, they would have already been on him. You see what I'm saying? It's not, people try to make it seem like these governing bodies have absolute power, when we know when it comes to the way of the world, FDR said it the best, the only absolute power is to speak softly and carry a big stick. That's it. That's it. That's the real world power right there.
Because
speak softly and carry a big stick. And right now, the United States got the biggest sticks on the block, because if we really wanted to turn Iran into a parking lot, we can hit them with a nuclear weapon that will erase their whole country off the fucking earth. And we know this for a fact. Like, everybody, listen, and it's only because of the civility and the severity of the damage, because the civilians who's going to be injured, because of the ecological impact of them doing such a atrocious attack, that the United States is not trying to go down in history for nuking a whole region of the world and causing it to become nuclear irradiated, and you can't go back over there for the next 120 years. Nobody wants to be responsible for that.
Facts.
Hold on. I beg to differ with you. I beg to differ with
Japan.
Well, you're allowed to. This is America.
You know what I'm
This is
saying?
America. Go ahead.
You know why I beg to differ with you? Because I'm more cynical than you. Right? But when I say like this, you think America won't? You let this shit get too hit.
Oh, nah. Hey, listen. I agree with you right there, 100%.
Listen to me. You let them slaughter. If you let Israel, because the Israelis they all see, most people don't understand. The Israelis are dual citizens to other nations. They could leave, right, and come back. They don't have to stay in Israel. They always leaving and coming back anyway. But they can annihilate 90% of Israel, bro. And I guarantee you, before they get to 90, them boys gonna lunch. You feel me? And America gonna follow suit. They don't give a fuck, because you know why? That's not in the traditional. That's not in the traditional borders of Israel. That's not in the promised land of what the Zionists trying to create. That's outside, so they don't mind nuking it. Them Goyim, how they look at it, them Goyim in Israel, in which column in Tehran, don't mean nothing, because there's a huge mountain range right there. They don't care. They like, man, they outside of our sphere of influence. That we don't care. We could kill them, but we got to tell them before we kill them. And they're just gonna go fly over, drop some leaflets, and say it's coming. And the next day, Trump will be like, "They hit them, we hit them, and we got total surrender. We hit Tel Aviv."
I feel like, hold on, say,
I mean, Jamal, that's a little worse than total surrender. That's annihilation.
Not gonna go. Hold on, the United States is not gonna go to a nuclear option unless they do unless they hit LA, or they hit New York City, or they hit Chicago.
Israel will do it. Look, Israel will do it for them. Israel will do it for them just to see what we'll do. And ain't
I,
no Trump itching to do it. So it ain't no ifs, no ands, no buts about it. So they don't. Nobody cares about the average people, right? Them people got hardened bunkers they sitting into. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
They
what
don't
Brother
care.
Patrick saying, and I
They
agree
will
with Brother
do it.
Jamal.
They'll do it. They don't
Uh,
care about them people, man. They don't care about them people. If they hit them boys, if they was gonna detonate their own nuclear package, their own plutonium in their country, why wouldn't they drop a nuke in their country? That's the same thing. If you gonna blow up plutonium, it don't matter if it gets out into the atmosphere at 90% or 60% grade, you feel me, and spread in the atmosphere. That's the same fucking contaminants. So it don't
right.
matter.
Look,
So it
look,
don't matter.
look, look. I'm gonna say this right here.
Them some demons, them
We
some devils don't
dealing,
put shit past them.
we
Right.
dealing with people who violated human rights on the first day of the war, created chaos, confusion, and lies. United States and Israel, and we know mainly Israel because Israel have a history of doing this to the Palestinians where they attack a site, people come to rescue the people at the site, and they attack again the people who come to the rescue.
Called double tapping.
Double tapping. And that's what they done at an Iranian female school.
Right.
And Donald Trump out of his mouth said the Iranian people done it themselves. But I never knew, because it's straight cap, that Iran have Tomahawk missiles. And to attack their own people with the Tomahawk missile just don't make sense. But I do
Hey,
know
Henry, you
that the
know,
nation of Israel got a lot
but
of them.
see, hold on, Henry. It does make sense because you got the video getting ready to play up here. Because we got to think about it, right? Because
Oh,
that was the opening. Because if this was a chess game, right? That was the United States and Israel's opening gambit, was to blow up that school with those little girls in it. Now we got the statue of Baal out here, right? And we know Baal is the deity from human sacrifice, especially child sacrifice. So the Iranians burnt this statue to declare war on Israel, or did they? Think about it. They burnt the statue of Baal, and then the opening gambit was a child sacrifice. You're not putting it together. People got to put these things together
a
in their
ritual.
mind. It was a ritual sacrifice. It was the opening. It was the opening ritual sacrifice to start the war. It was for the progress of the war, for the war to be successful. And I'm not talking about the United States or Iran winning the war. What makes the war successful is the collapse of Western society and the formation of the New World Order, the one
So we
world
have
government.
these
Which is what it is.
we have these Epstein elite who mess with young ladies,
And young boys, don't forget, they
deleting,
out here getting everybody.
And,
deleting some young ladies.
and can I say something
That
real
boy
quick?
said
Hey,
everybody,
don't
he
y'all,
mean
the
everybody. I'm saying everybody.
y'all. I even told this to Jamal. I find it very ironic that as soon as these Epstein files start pumping out, that this war initiate. You know what I mean? I was telling Jamal, it's like, it's kind of funny. I think Trump just started dropping bombs because he ain't want nobody to find out he gay. But bro, you're already on the list. You know, I was just trying to be funny, but it's true.
Yeah, true fact. So let's play this video real quick.
So this is within the last 24 hours in Iran. They erected a statue made of cardboard or some sort of material, a statue of Baal and an obelisk next to it, and then they set it on fire and, burnt it to ashes. It's basically a symbolic way of saying fuck you to the Illuminati and fuck you to the New World Order and all that stuff. And this wasn't the only one. There were multiple of these burnings going on, and you can see here, there's one, I think this was in Mashhad, and then they got one in somewhere else, and you can see on the obelisk, they've got the Eye of Horus symbolism.
So I want to let y'all see something. This is Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, MSB, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and Epstein at the end. And you have the LBGT flag with Israel because Israel pop off that flag. Israel is a secular country, so it's not religional as y'all believe it to be. They have a lot
Hold on.
of
Let me
non-religious.
say something, Henry, about that, because I just looked up some information, right? So in the Bible, in 1 Kings chapter 18, it says that they was burning the statues of Baal for the rituals for fertility, rain, and sacrifice, even though it was made out of bronze. So it wouldn't. So in the original depictions in Israel, they would set the statue on fire, but because it's bronze, the statue is not going to burn because because they made it out of cardboard in this instance. But they would put, then when the statue of the Baal was on fire, they would put the children on his hands while it was smoldering hot to offer the children up as a sacrifice. And we already know the Passover is coming up soon, and we know what they did in the Passover. So them burning the statue of Baal and all that, it coincides directly with these rituals from the ancient times, which we already know Iran was part of Persia, which is part of Babylon, which Israel itself was also part of Babylon in them ancient times. So when you say it's not religional, it actually is, but it's just not, like you said, it's not secular religion. Like they're not doing the worship in the Torah. They're not worshiping Christianity. They're not practicing Islam. They're practicing Canaanite deity worship from Babylon. And we already been calling them out for decades already, because they all, including them folks in Iran, they study the Babylonian Talmud. So we know that that's their religion, but it's not a commercial religion in that sense. It's more, because remember, in the Bible, these rituals was frowned upon. This is the reason why God Almighty in the scriptures was taking these nations down, having them fall on their own swords. And then you got this ritual they just did, burning the statue. And then what happens immediately after? They bomb a school with 60 young girls in there in order for the sacrifice for the success in their endeavors.
I got a question. How that gas looking? But for everybody, how that gas looking? How that pump went up? What
you want
was
me to
it
check
before
the price
the war?
right now?
What was
Hold
the
on.
price before the war? What was the price now?
All right. If you want to ask that, right, I just want y'all to know. If y'all want the next tip on the next financial gamble that y'all want to invest in, and that's bullets. Get as many bullets you can. Don't stop getting bullets. If you need more bullets, go buy more bullets. Borrow, steal, whatever you gotta get bullets. That's the new currency of the day. That's what you gonna need to go in the future for so forth. Any caliber, it doesn't matter. Shotguns, shells are better and they cheaper and they're easy to reproduce. But bullets is the thing. If you can't buy oil now, invest in bullet stocks. You know what I'm saying? Bullet stocks.
All right,
Okay?
Henry. I just looked out my window, And the price of gasoline over here in Providence, Rhode Island is $3.39. It's not that bad, but it still went up because last week before the war started, but 2 weeks ago before the war started, it was like $3.09. So it's gone up significantly. If you consider that's almost a 40-cent increase in the price of the gasoline per gallon.
It went up a whole dollar down here in Florida. Before the war, it was $2.69. Now it's $3.69. No, $3.69, $3.79ish in between on average.
I'm gonna show you the impact of oil, gasoline. Around 2006 to 2000 and might be a little like I say 2004, 3 to around 6. It was SUV season. I say 2001. SUV. You got the Denali, you got the Yukon, you got the Aspersion, you got the Escalator.
Explorer.
Yeah, the Explorer and all these SUVs.
Don't forget the H2.
But the H2 Hummer and the H2 Hummer Stretch. What happened to these? What happened to these big vehicles? The Iraqi war. Gas prices went up to around $5 and something. It might have hit 6, but I remember it was 5 something.
Yeah, now guess what, Henry? Everybody's driving them hybrid Johns now.
Yeah. Now when you look up SUV, an SUV look like a Jeep or look like a small van car size. You'll be standing the top like, dang, this the roof? Come on, man. Where the big cars at? So that's the impact on the human and global market. You got places like India who gotta send frigates to protect their oil cargo because Iran don't mess with the Indians no more like that. Indians came on their TV like, hey, we part of BRICS, but we love Israel more. That's what they said. That military general said it.
Hey, and that boy was hugging up on Netanyahu. I never saw nobody ever hug Netanyahu.
So let me
look.
go to this
Some
video.
them the boga boys, man. That's them boga boys, man. You know what them boga boys do, man? Them boga boys lay down together, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, them boys sleep together, man.
So let's get this video out the way. Share. Okay. Do y'all see it?
Yeah.
This is what
the
Iranian and Chinese embassy.
You gotta blow that up. I
Embarrassing
can't see that.
troll. Huh?
He said blow it up a little bit, Henry. He can't see it.
Yeah, blow that up. I can't see that thing.
Wait, let me see if I can blow it up more.
Word, that's good.
Okay, wait. I hate when they do this with the shorts. Wait, let me see if I could back down a little bit so y'all can see the bottom of this. Let me take everyone out. We're gonna get this right. Wait. Click. Let's get it right. Here you go.
Take me off the big screen, kid.
I am.
This thing got me over here on the whole screen, like looking
Yeah,
wild.
do that sometime where try to hide certain bars to make it more easy to control stuff, but it'd be hard.
Yeah, why you don't just make it to full screen and just play it like you do a regular video? And just take us off the screen.
Okay.
Let's make some more cookies. You know?
Why did you attack the Manab school?
Go on, lie. 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 We didn't hit the Manab school. America doesn't have Tomahawk missiles at all. We care deeply about the Iranian people.
Let me keep everyone safe.
Sounds great. Maybe not.
Now, there we go. Relax. Sometimes security comes with a little control.
We have no issue with civilians.
Why did you attack the Manab school?
Go on, lie. 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 We didn't hit the Manab school. America doesn't have Tomahawk missiles at all. We care deeply about the Iranian people. Oh no!
Let me keep everyone safe.
Sounds great. Maybe not.
Now, there we go. Relax. Sometimes security comes with a little control.
Hey, let us be the first to say that that's political satire. Let me put a disclaimer on that. You know what I mean? So they don't try to flag us up. You heard?
Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah.
We need a disclaimer for that because, they might try
It's the truth, though, man. It's the truth.
Well, out of order. Nah, but hold on. Because it doesn't matter about whether it's the truth or not. We got to say it's political satire because, first of all, we don't need to be having no problems with the converts, number one. And number two, we're too close on YouTube to get monetized to get our channel took down over some political comedy. You know what I'm saying? As a disclaimer, you know what I mean? Like, it's comedy, you know what I mean? It's meant in jest. So they're not thinking that we're trying to do something extra or we're trying to be apolitical with it. It's just some type of comic relief for people to understand. You know what I'm saying? You take from it what you will as the viewer. You know what I mean? It doesn't reflect the views of us here at Newsroom 16.1 at the channel. It doesn't reflect our views.
All right. So, man, what I noticed, man, not only that if you gonna see that the prices of things gonna rise, it might not be right rapidly as we might think, but they are going to rise. We're going to see a effect, a vibration effect. And most people like, oh well, nah, everything gonna be all right. Trump got it, man. Trump don't know what to do. If them missiles keep on flying by next week, man, and hitting even more targets, hit more stuff, it's over with, man. Them boys gonna be coughing up and talking about, man, nah, we got to secede the whole Middle East to the Iranians. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and St. Patrick, you know you're out from California. You know what the FBI said? I'd be prepared for Iranian drone attacks.
Man, I ain't worried
in
about
California.
Nothing. Them drones can't reach.
Listen. We already know that's a false flag, though. We don't got to get too deep into that, but that's a false flag.
No damn drone.
So, like Henry said, Henry, remember what you said? Nigga is 7,200 miles away.
Hey man,
how they flying them all the way to California? Let's be realistic.
I worry about the CIA cartels in the gang warfare unit out here. That's what I'm worried about. The CIA cartel gang warfare units. Y'all gotta understand. In my city,
so who
they designate
do the Iranian attacks.
Shit, nigga. Oh, they probably do. These youngsters, they don't know, man. They being controlled by the police. You know what I'm saying? They got them killing each other, killing them over neighborhoods.
They think they gangsters, but hey, you know what's the ironic part, St. Patrick? These youth is running around here thinking they're gangsters, but not knowing the whole time they're government agent provocateurs. Not even knowing. Working for the United States government. Talk about, yo, don't be snitching on niggas. Don't be snitching. Don't be talking to the police. Meanwhile, you guys work for the CIA. Meanwhile,
you the grunt doing the dumb work.
Doing the work.
Dumb work. They ain't getting paid for it at all. Just going to the prison in the institution to go work for them.
So
hey y'all boys, another example, another perfect example is Chicago, man. Chicago is another place that's heavy on that.
So we going into the third segment of the show. I'm gonna open it up with a question, and I'm gonna add a little provocative word to it. It's not a word, but it's two letters that gonna describe it. Will the United States put boots on the ground?
No.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
It's one thing to put boots on the ground. It's one thing. There's soldiers who are already soldiers going to go to war. That's one part of the question. Will they put boots on the ground? With them boots, will they initiate the draft for the YN? Will they be coming to get the YNs out the street and put them in selective service and send them over to Iran to fight for this country?
Would you want them little YN? Would you want them little YNs learning military tactics and coming back here to the streets to employ those same military tactics? Is that the question you're asking, Mr. Williams? Is you asking, do you want to train YNs in military tactics so they can rob grocery stores?
Can I also add on to that? It would be a national phenomenon, because I think with the lack of the support of American people right now, from young to old, I got mixed feelings, because I think that you would have a small population of YNs that would be willing to, but the majority, and I mean the great majority, bro, most people what's the consequence for not going over there when during the draft? You go to prison, right, or whatever. You go to jail. Most people would take the jail option right now. Who, bro? You got to be a wicked motherfucker to go over there and support that. Like I said, and right
Yeah.
now, I think
Stop. You got a lot of young patriots. You have a lot of young men want to prove themselves. And if they can't kill nothing, look, if they can't kill nothing out here in these streets, right? Young white, young boys, young black boys, young Latino boys, all believe in American illusion. Not educated in the world, but believe in American illusion that this country stands for something greater in this world, and believe that the Iranian people are a threat to their lifestyle. They will go. They will go
That's why I say I'm kind of split between the two, because you do have that population that's egregious with politicians. Hold on, I just want to say this real quick. That's not egregious, but that agrees with that's still Donald Trump supporters out of all that we've seen them do. But at the same time, like I said, it's just right now I feel like this is the first time where a great majority of the American people see beyond, like at the moment, like, you know how 9/11 happened, people was going crazy, they wanted to go to war because at the moment people believed it, and later on people, you know, kind of seen through the bullshit. But I think this is the first time where the Americans see through the bullshit at the moment. You know what I mean? And that's why I think it's like,
see, you don't understand. No, see, you don't understand this. Excuse me. I just want to say this, because we young.
Jamal, get next.
Sorry. I'm sorry, but we young. We didn't see that that they didn't want to go to Vietnam. We had no reason. We didn't. They had the young and old knew Vietnam was a crux. It wasn't shit, bro. They knew a backwater called Vietnam. Ain't nobody heard of it, right? Nobody even know where the fuck it was on the map. Most black people don't even know where Iran is on the map to this day. You say the Middle East, they don't know. They don't know. That's even that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. You feel me? They can't point to it on a map.
Piece, right?
You know. Go ahead, big bro.
I'm gonna say my piece about it, because I feel like you guys are right, but your perspective is a little bit askew. Right? We talking about why-ins. I'm gonna tell you from my own experience in my lifetime why I wanted to go to the military. And the main reasons why I wanted to go to the military is the main key points why the YNs would be acceptable to go to the military. They would accept going into the military. Because two things. You get to kill people and not go to jail. Number one, first and foremost. You get to slide on niggas and not go to jail. And number two, you get a bag for doing it. You get a bag. They gonna say, all right, what is it? Because you know how the military recruiters is gonna do. They gonna come to your crib and they gonna say, listen, we know you about to graduate from high school next week. What is it gonna take for us to get you to sign this contract? How about we give you a brand new 2026 Chrysler 300, and we give your mom a crib, so when you're over there in the war zone, your mother got a crib now instead of living in the projects. Boom, they signing. Signed it. Signing bonus, the car and the crib. And I know they do this because when I was in ROTC in high school, one of my boys, he ended up going to Iraq in the Marine Corps. And while he was still in high school, he still had 2 months left of school. He already had a brand new Ford Taurus 2004 at the time, right? And we're talking about brand new off the lot, 0 miles on it. He was driving that joint to school every day now. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give you whatever it takes to get you to sign that paperwork.
Look.
Whatever it's going to take for you to sign that paperwork. It's going to take you a $5,000 signing bonus. Fine, we'll pay you the $5,000. It's nothing. They're going to get 4 years of combat tour service off you. They don't care. They're going to be, what's $5,000 for 4 years of service? You know what I'm saying? Special ops, black ops, technical skills. Man, forget it. If you're in college and you got engineering skills or you got communication skills, you got cybersecurity, cyber hacking type skills, they're going to pay you whatever it takes to get you in there because they need people like that.
So I got this to say.
They need y'all. That's why they're talking about the people they're trying to draft the most right now is college graduates. Because they need the educated people. This is the first time in any major war, if we institute the draft, that they're going to be drafting college people. Because if you go back to Vietnam and you go back to World War II, if you was in college, you couldn't be drafted. Now, if you're in college, you're the primary draftees. You're the ones that they want to draft. Who's going to work on the computers? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to come up with the tactics? Who's going to come up with the strategies? And Henry, you know, because how it is. When you graduate off college, that's because that they're going to make you an officer. And we already know from our current last decade of administrations, a lot of the high-level and mid-level officers been retiring out because they've been in there since the 60s and the 70s. They're too old.
Like the main YNs I would like to get on my team, I would like to get all the game players. If you play Xbox, if you play Switch, if you play PlayStation, I would like you in United States Army because you can control the drones and the robotics. They coming for you. So
hey, and think about it, Henry. They've been training the kids too now because they got them all over the Fortnite.
Yes.
They got them all over the Fortnite. They've been getting them ready. They've been training them.
And I also want to add this part right here. We is at a pivotal time for you youngsters. If you don't, because we here at News, we mean never in the working service. We support patriotism, but we also support freedom of choice to protect your life, self-preservation. So I'm going to give you this tip right here. If you don't want to go to war, do not use your religion. Don't be like Muhammad Ali, because that was back in the day when they just was figuring stuff like that out. Don't say, oh, I'm a Muslim, it's not in my religion. It got Muslims fighting in the military now, like Sheiks, like 7-Day Adventure. They'll cancel that. The main thing you
Hey, Henry,
use...
hold on. We gotta get this straight though. That's not an excuse. Because you know why it's not an excuse? Because Iran is attacking Muslims right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In Qatar, in UAE, Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia, they're attacking Muslims. So even, I don't want to hear that. We don't in the Quran, we're not supposed to be fighting against other Muslims. That sounds like some pure cowardice to me.
But even outside of the religional base, you feel, the only way you could get out of this is if you have medical problem. If you got in a car wreck and your shoulder, you could disconnect your shoulder on a limb, a back problem. But the real thing is mental anguish. If you say you want to take that weapon, this is my friend, and turning on yourself, turning on your colleagues and yourself, the United States military don't want to lose 2 people.
Right.
They don't want to lose
Listen,
two
that's not the
people.
easiest way. I'm gonna tell y'all the easiest way to avoid the draft,
Mental
and it's the
and-
most simple way. All you got to do is get felonies. Get you a felony, and you gonna be straight.
What?
But people gotta understand.
Yeah, because they're not
that-
taking people with felonies.
But people gotta understand that in the
Get
war
you a
like
felony.
Vietnam,
Listen, get you a felony DUI. Get you a felony DUI or a felony drug possession, and you're good to go.
but
Hell no.
But did not we was talking something about the new draft system, the automatic draft? Before we forget,
Yeah, the
you
automatic
explaining
draft is a wild piece of work, bro.
it's gonna be coming into play after this year, at the end of this year, 2026, the automatic draft
Well,
where they
according
could
to
go into
ChatGPT, it's according to what ChatGPT said when I asked it about it. It said that if they instituted the draft, it would take until July before they actually started drafting people.
and with that
But
also
right now, Donald Trump said the draft is an option, but it's not on the table because obviously we haven't gone into a ground invasion. We haven't went into an invasion of Iran.
look, you know how I know that the YN gonna be in the military? Because there are YNs in the military right now. You go on TikTok and you see soldiers
Ooh,
doing TikTok trends in their uniform.
right.
I'm
That's
sorry,
true.
I'm sorry.
That's
But
true
it's the
though.
truth.
It's because, Henry, like I said, who doesn't want to get paid and not go to jail for sliding on folks? And not only that, they get to learn how to drive the tanks. They get to learn how to use the heavy machinery. They learn how to use the mortar and fire. They get to use the RPGs. They get to use the grenade launchers and all that.
88 Mike Transportation. Yes,
Hey,
yes.
and don't forget, and this is another thing I was trying to say earlier, but they wouldn't let me say it. You're from the DC area. You know them YNs stole that tank off that. You know what I'm talking about? We had the video up. We had the short when the YN stole the tank off of them when they was trying to use the National Guards in DC. They stole the tank.
So
we know
we
them
dealing-
YNs is ready for war.
The only reason why at this pivotal moment we don't have boots on the ground because the United States lack the political will and popular consensus to put boots on the ground. Let me explain what that means. No politician want to put us in war because the people do not want us in war, and the people get say so at this time next year. The people could say, "Oh, we don't want to go to war," but they could put us in war. But right now, they don't want to do it because we are at a critical junction, and that is the midterm election. They don't want to lose it to the Democrat. Back in the day, Donald Trump, he had something to run on. Oh, no more war. Now the Democrats could come in like, no more Iranian war. But we at News, we ain't picking those sides between Republicans and Democrats because they both support the convert state of Israel. No disrespect. We here at News is not anti-Semitic. We just point the obvious.
Listen, we can't be anti-Semitic by definition because of the fact that these people are not Shemitic, but we don't have to get too deep into that. But if people do their simple research, Genesis, and read the book of Genesis chapter 10, then they would know these people is not who they say they are. And they need to do their little bit of research about Bulan the conqueror of Khazaria. And then they'll have some real information on who these people are, because these is the Khazarian converts from 750 BC, 750 AD when they converted to Judaism. Well, I don't even like to say converted to Judaism. They created Judaism because
Right.
the original Torah following Hebrews didn't follow Judaism, because obviously the Judeans never made their own religion. You know, they followed the original religion of Yahwism, which everybody who follows the Torah, that's what we follow, is Yahwism. We don't follow Judaism, because Judaism implies that you use the Babylonian Talmud, which in the Torah, it forbids you from using the Babylonian Talmud. So, but I know regular people don't do their research, so they wouldn't know these things.
To add on what you said, Jamal, it's like they followed suit and used the example of, it's a phenomenon, the reclassification of the Aboriginal American. We were reclassified racially through the census 8 times in the span of 200 years, and they used that same exact method to Brother Patrick left. They used that same method to reclassify the Ashkenaz Germans, basically, not Germans. I'm sorry, the Ashkenaz, the Ashkenaz Japhethites. But you know what I mean? When they started using the term Semitic and whatnot.
Back to Greece. It actually goes back to Greece, which me and Henry did a show about this. It goes back to Greece because they mixed them Canaanites in with the Judeans because they were sharing a similar culture. So the Greeks in the Greco-Roman slavery, they were keeping the Canaanites and the Israelites in the same parts of the city, in the same basic encampments. And they were, so in Greek, Judaism or Jewish means that they have a certain word. I forgot what it was. I think because if you was a Judean, then that means that you was from the ethnic bloodline. You was genetically a Judean. You was genetically an Israelite. Mm-hmm. But if you was Judaic with an IC on the end, that means that you was like the Judeans in your culture, in the cultural and religious aspect that you practiced, but you was not ethnically Judean. And this is where, in the modern context, we get the word Jewish.
Jewish. I was about to say Jew and Jewish.
I want to say this real quick. It's gonna have a little comedy in it, but it is what it is. So, African Americans, when you go to the doctor and your back hurt, they don't give you opiates. They don't give you Oxycontin, oxycodone, Percocets. They give you something as simple as ibuprofen. You yourself might have a headache and you take yourself a Tylenol. You might don't want to be like P. Diddy and get baby oil, but get Vaseline. That Vaseline that you rub on your body is made from petroleum. That ibuprofen you use for your pain and that Tylenol you use for your migraine is made from petroleum. Made from petroleum. You got stuff like shaving cream. You got lubricants. You have antihistamine, different types of stuff. I can't pronounce them out. I could be honest about that. I can't pronounce them out. But if you love your Vaseline on your body, you're a boxer and you need a Vaseline to make sure that the sweat don't sweat on your face or your blood drip. That Vaseline price gonna go higher.
Hey, don't forget them ratchet chicks that be having Vaseline in their purse in case they got to fight.
You stupid.
Hey, we
No,
was
no,
joking.
but
We're
no,
throwing
no,
jokes, so
but
I
not
figured out
to
you were
not
throwing
to.
in there too.
Yeah, yeah, y'all hilarious, but Henry got me thinking because if you think about like you got me Henry, you got me thinking about like all the miscellaneous things that's gonna shoot that like skyrocket in price. But when you think about it, like most of miscellaneous things we buy, like when I say miscellaneous, I don't mean like meats and like the quote unquote primary main things we buy, but the things that actually make up the majority of our cabinets and shit. That shit is gonna skyrocket, bro, and it's gonna make the difference.
Listen. Now
Cause
the meat is gonna go
that's
up.
what's making it.
Right,
Think about it.
right.
That's what's
Hold
making the
on.
difference right now, bro. The other day I went to the store and I got like two pomegranates, a pineapple, a watermelon, cantaloupe, just like vegetables and fruits. And I think I spent like $120 on two bags of vegetables and fruits. And I'm like, what the fuck? That shit hurt.
Bro, listen. And you're not wrong about the meats either, because remember, you need the oil for the machines to cut the meat up. Gotta grease the machines up, bro. Because remember, they're using real
Hello.
heavy duty hardware. They're using band saws and circle saws and everything like that to cut these cuts of meat.
This shit is gonna get crazy, bro. Oh, and by the
And
way,
they were
y'all, I
saying,
just wanna, because I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go not soon, not right now, but soon, and I just want to add, I don't know if he talked to you about it, Henry, but me and Jamal was talking. Tuesday, I'm leaving. I don't know if I mentioned this, but for everybody who don't know, I'm from Florida. My maternal side of the family is Seminole Indian, but I'm going to Zion National Park next week, and I'm gonna take some pictures, make some footage, so I can bring it back to the show and we can talk about it. The significance of our people in the Exodus in that area. So I'm gonna be all out there and whatnot.
So I wanna say this little part right here. It's small, but it's big.
Right.
Car tires are heavily reliant on oil, with standard passengers tire required approximately 7 grams of petroleum for synthetic rubber production. See, they used to have rubber come from rubber trees, but it destroyed the environment very bad because of human management. They still got rubber trees, but they use roughly 60% of tire production involves synthetic rubber derived from petroleum. So the petroleum go inside the
petroleum can make
car.
anything.
Petroleum is on the tires of the car, and petroleum is used for the roads which the vehicle drive upon. Do y'all see the necessity of petroleum products? For you people who go inside the room and use Vaseline, do you see that your prices will be going up? For the people who tire bust and they need another tire,
Hold on. Mr. Henry, only 20% of the world's oil comes from the Persian Gulf. Us, America, that's why we got a Venezuela. That's why we went ahead and took Venezuela before we went over there and fuck with the people over there. So we to drive the oil prices up, right? So it could cost more to extract the Venezuela. It'll cost us lesser to extract the Venezuela oil to supply us with fuel. We don't care. We were strategic when we did that. You know what I mean? We more worried about, right? What's the loss of goods like from China gonna be like? You know what I'm saying? How they gonna ship them goods over here and the prices of those things are gonna go up. And China got to make those things. And if they making them at an expensive price, shit rolls down here, it don't go up. So look at those prices, right? Look at the price not just at the pump, for you if you don't feel them automatically. Look at other things that you might be looking to get and purchase. And I'm telling you, the bullet price is going to go up. If you didn't put your money on all futures, the bullet future is still there, right? And also long range missiles. You still could get in. They still making SAMs,
Lockheed
right?
Martin
Hey,
and
hey,
Ford. Oh
St.
yeah,
Patrick, you mean
Ford and
Lockheed Martin,
Jim
big dog.
planning on
Lockheed
making
Martin.
missiles.
You heard?
Ford, GMC, Boeing, Rayford, Northern Grumman, all these weapon and aerospace
Yeah, Lockheed
companies.
Martin, right? You said Lockheed Martin?
Yes, Lockheed Martin,
All they stocks
Grumman,
going
Northern
up.
Grumman.
All they stocks going up. They going up in value every single day, and they're rising. If you can't get that, low end bullet manufacturers are across the United States. Pick one. You know what I'm saying? And
You know,
you
hit up Smith
you
and
could go
Wesson
to
too
the
down at
penny
the stock
market.
market.
You could go to the penny market and put your dollar down on a bullet today. I advise y'all to go to the markets and put your money down so y'all could get y'all investments up. So y'all also, if y'all could buy any gold or silver, the silver market is right now. If you could
Let's get
Oh
gold
purchase
and
man.
silver right
secondhand
now.
silver
Important.
from your neighbor that's having a drug addiction, if you could get them to give you silverware from people silverware cabinets, that's fine with you. Melt that down and make you some silver balls, right? And it's good commodity as good tinder, right? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, brother Patrick,
And you
right
never
now,
know if you gotta kill the whale.
gold is at a record-breaking price right now. Gold just for the first time in history hit $1 million a bar. That's crazy. A
No,
million
that's not.
dollars a bar,
That's not. That's not crazy.
huh?
That's not crazy. That happened in the Iraqi war too.
No, you know what I'm saying. Like it's not, it's just a figure of speech.
Yeah. But hey, even now, if you can't get into the gold market, you got the silver market. If you can't get silver, look at copper. Copper is also
Mm-hmm.
rising up there. Understand this?
Cobalt.
These are hard commodities. I'm just trying to get my people to get paid while y'all looking at it as maybe something that's been bad. That's good, man. It's good for us here. You know, y'all got to get
Hey,
your
they was
money. Y'all got
saying,
Well,
y'all got
you
to
my
get
if
investment,
paid
you
some
don't have
kind of
that
way.
much
all
of
my
money,
investment brokers I've been watching been saying this is the perfect time to invest because strategically speaking, you can make the most money right now on the high end. The longer the war goes on, the more money you're
Yes,
gonna make. It's a quick
yes.
way for you to go from being in the middle class to being in that next tax bracket that you've been trying to get to real quick.
Yes.
some people, some people look at gold like, oh man, what gold bars used for? Then just spending it can't save or use for anything really worth it. A lot of our phones, especially microchips. See, for you people who take your phone, your laptop, and just throw them away, you ignorant. I didn't say stupid. I just said ignorant. That means you just don't
EVs as
know.
well.
You just don't know. What you don't know is when you break this laptop open, each and every microchip have gold in them.
Hey, but do you know what's the most valuable thing in them that most people are not talking about?
Break it down.
Cobalt.
Nope.
What?
It's the
Copper.
most common element on the face of the earth, but it's the most valuable when you turn it into a computer chip.
What's that?
Quartz.
Carbon? You talking about carbon?
Bingo. Bingo.
You serious?
Yeah.
Carbon chips?
Yep.
They got carbon chips?
Yep.
Yep, because remember,
Ain't no
no, it's
way.
not carbon, bro. Remember, the carbon turns into quartz crystals, and the quartz
Yep.
crystals is what they use to store
The most
memory on.
Okay.
and the
Okay, I got you.
most highest conductive electricity carrying property in the world, more conductive than gold. It's so
Well, to be
boy,
honest with you,
you
I can imagine so because carbon fiber is extremely electrical conductive.
yeah, and it shapes and it morphs the physiological structure of that which it touches.
Take
And you got
shape.
all the
Oh,
other,
okay, I
and
got
don't
you.
forget, you got
I
all the
got
other
you.
elements too, like palladium too in there.
Yeah, all it. You know what I mean? But the carbon shit that blew my mind when I found out that. I was like, damn, nigga, they zapping humans and
For for real.
putting them in the motherfucking computer chips and shit.
So
Nigga,
so you know what they doing? They cremating the bodies and turning them into computer chips.
bingo,
So we know who's in the AI now. We know who the AI is.
bingo, transforming your life, nigga. The Matrix went
We
live.
know who the AI is up
Hey,
in there.
hey,
So
nah,
now we know them
y'all
spirits is
ever
really up in the
quick
AI.
question. Quick question. Y'all ever seen a Vince Staples show on Netflix? It's a
Nah,
rapper
I ain't
named
see
Vince
that.
Staples, and he got a show on Netflix, and it's a skit. It's on episodes. He went to go see
What happened?
a
Tobias
business.
said it got interference.
Yo, can you hear me
So
now?
Yeah, we got
so
you.
this is
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Oh no, I just want to say this. He was like, you say you're trying to get this little $200,000 loan, but I got clients so rich they investing in putting a consciousness into artificial intelligence, and it was funny as hell. But you feel me? It's one of them things that just got a hell of truth to it. Like it's really motherfuckers out there that's that paid that's really doing this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all. My bad,
All right,
Iran,
go
Henry.
ahead, Henry.
yeah, Iran urged people Saturday to invade the Middle East, busiest port, and two others in the United Arab Emirates. Opening threatened a neighboring country, non-United States assets for the first time as it war with the United States and Israel enter the war. Iran, see, they say, hey, don't attack us. We ain't gonna attack you. Um, American assets, we gonna attack that. But if you keep on helping America with military power, we're gonna attack you. So, United States attack an island of Iran where it have oil terminal. Me and Jamal JML, we was looking on the map. We was seeing how close Kuwait is from Iran. And we seen ferries. We looked at the ferry map. In the island that United States attacked today, that ferry to get into Iran, you got to go to that island by boat. United States attacked that by using United Arab Emirates to launch the strike on the island. So Iran gonna be Sunday tomorrow. Iran gonna be attacking Dubai. We already seen Iranians attack Al Sultan base in Riyadh, destroying 5 United States refueling vessels.
What's that?
So you could say it's 7. United States
Oh,
is losing equipment. They might not be losing life, but they losing millions on millions and billions of dollars of equipment.
he's the one who wants that.
2 planes supposed to have went down in Iraqi space. One had a fin malfunction. Planes getting blown up. The USS Gerald Ford having electronic problems. These
Oh, Henry,
aircraft carriers.
by the way, in that crash with that FC 135 in Western Iraq, they said all 4 of the pilots on board was perished in the crash. Now they're coming out and saying that they found all 4 of the pilots, they was deceased.
Damn.
Yes.
Man, look, I love my family, I love my friends and my neighbors in this country, right? But my politicians, I don't give a F about them. You know what I'm saying? They represent the Illuminati,
Agreed.
Israel, the global, you know what I'm saying, the elite. They don't care about the common people, the common, you know what I'm saying, down the earth, people drum beating the streets. They don't care about us. I understand that. Michael made that song. They don't really care about us, right? So
Right.
propel my people into the next generation to where y'all don't lose and y'all don't fall out. Listen to me. If you can't get yourself a hold to any physical, you know what I'm saying, goods such as silver, gold, or a property, get yourself some property. It's gonna be the cheapest time to buy you some property, man. Right? It's the cheapest time to buy yourself some property, man. An acre, 2 acres. Get yourself on that land and farm that land. And if y'all feel like y'all don't know how to turn dirt into profitable land so you could farm it, holla at your brother. Holla at me. That's what I do the best. I can show you how to turn dirt into profit. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere in America where you could have a homestead and make money off of it. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
listen, down here in Florida, that's a gold mine, man. I live in Palm Beach County. We got this spot called Belglade. Bill Cosby used to own land out there. It's that Central Florida muck. Boy, you can grow anything with it. Anything.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and get you some of that, man. You get your own little plot, man. Nice little plot of land and do your thing, man, because that's what you're gonna really need. Fake food is gonna be rampant. You feel me? In this new world. You know what I'm saying? That
Mm-hmm.
they trying to usher in. Fake food. It ain't gonna be real. It's gonna all be plastic, synthetic. You know what I'm saying? It don't look good. It's gonna taste all right. But something ain't gonna be right with it, man. And you gonna know it. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
y'all gotta get yourself situated and established with your own little plot of land where y'all growing and handling y'all business, where y'all can have proper food and nutrition for yourself and for your family and friends, man. For real.
Absolutely, man.
So I want all y'all to be stable and come into the new year. You know what I'm saying? A new
Yeah, but see,
perspective
this
of
is where I
economic
get into this, St.
accomplishment.
Patrick. I'm a minimalist, right? So it doesn't matter how much money I got. It doesn't matter how much status I acquire or investments I make, whatever it is, right? Because I'm a minimalist by my nature. It's because that's how I was trained. My dad was a soldier. So my dad trained me to be a soldier. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And it's nothing for me because if I gotta just pack up and leave, I ain't got nothing. I don't got too much stuff to just whoop, get up out of here, hit the eject button. You know what I mean? Hit the release button. If a bomb hits Providence today, I'm straight because I got a backpack. Right now, I'm sitting on 75 packs of vacuum sealed tuna fish right here on my kitchen table, that if it's an emergency situation, I gotta go, I'm putting all the tuna fish packets in the backpack even before I put clothes, and I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm telling you, bro, that's the thing. You gotta understand, survival is about preparation. Combat
All right.
scenarios is about preparation. You understand what I'm saying? And the more baggage and the more burdens you got, the less likely you're going to survive.
Right.
That's the period. That's period point blank. That's why in the military, they don't like you having a lot of things. They don't like you having a lot of material things. That's why they always ask you, is it necessary? Is it absolutely necessary for you to have that? If not, throw it out. You know what I mean? If you can't fit it in the rucksack, then why you got it? Because you're only making more problems for yourself in the long run. I understand people like to live in luxury. They like to live in comfort. I agree with that type of stuff too. But being minimalistic in nature doesn't mean that I lack comfort or stability. All it means is that I minimalized my lifestyle to a point where it's nothing if I gotta move accordingly. I don't have to worry about XYZ becoming a problem because I gotta cut, because it's an emergency situation and I gotta go. You know, think about
I can
people who
agree
are
with
in
that.
emergency situations all the time, hurricanes, tornadoes, and stuff like this. A lot of the times those people get jammed up because they don't got the ability in their mind to just get the hell out of there. They're over there trying to throw family photos in the bag and trying to get stuff to get material things and end up not surviving the situation because they got caught up trying to be saving their material things.
Yes,
And,
yes.
and, and even speaking on how you was talking about luxury, bro, think about it. Most luxurious things, and when I say most, I mean most, are unnecessary.
It's
The
all an
only
era of
thing,
convenience.
the only thing necessary for me is some food,
Absolutely.
some water,
We wouldn't be shit without it.
some clothes to wear for work. Mm. Like if I buy some Jordan, sooner or later them Jordans gonna be used for work.
Hey,
Ain't
listen,
it? You
listen,
hey,
hey,
listen.
listen, listen,
Hey, Henry,
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 Henry.
hey, Henry,
Oh,
Henry just gave us a goddamn hood proverb.
listen, I'm gonna put
But
y'all
but
on to
but
it. We
but
all
6 7 years
listen.
down the line,
If
you
you
wear
ever
them
lived
bitches
in the
click straight
track,
to work.
listen, if you ever lived in the track, you know the only thing you need outside of food and water is some clean drawers and a toothbrush, nigga. Let's be honest. That's
And
all
you
you need
decent.
is extra drawers and a toothbrush. Even if I gotta wear the same outfit for the next 35 days straight. You know what I'm saying? But we all been there. You just don't got, but just because you gotta wear the same clothes don't mean you gotta be unsanitary though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? You gotta
right.
at least change your drawers and brush your teeth, kid. Get in the shower or something. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be,
Do
you
something.
don't have to be, you don't gotta be out here trying to escape the combat zone or the attack zone, trying to take a whole wardrobe with you. Yeah, right. Where you going? What? How you running away from bullet fire and mortar fires with 3 suitcases and a carry-on bag? People ain't making sense. You gotta be thinking about these things out here. But these are things that we could talk about too, Henry, on future shows with it, because that we need to teach people how to survive because they don't know. We know they're not ready for no real life, real time combat situation if they start hitting America with actual strikes.
Oh yes, United States. Let everybody know while we was live. United States Embassy in Baghdad was attacked.
Hmm.
United States Embassy and much, much more going to. So let me share the screen real quick.
Yep, Henry, it's just what we said, bro. These real time combat scenarios is executing as we speak this war is really going down to the maximum capacity. And I think a lot of people are neglecting that this is an actual war.
Yes.
Right.
Let me play the video real quick.
This is News Nation Prime.
Hey, good evening to you. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Natasha Zuvest. This is News Nation Prime. We've entered the third week of Operation Epic Fury, and strikes continue across the Middle East tonight. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad warning all Americans to leave Iraq now. And you can see plumes of smoke, buildings shaking in Iraq's financial center as a missile struck the U.S. Embassy compound in the country's capital. As we speak, USS Tripoli, thousands more of U.S. Marines on their way to the Middle East. And right now, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth saying Iran's strike force is being depleted. One-way drones are down 95%, ballistic missiles down 90%. President Trump saying Iran is being obliterated and they are ready to make a deal, but not one he is willing to accept. Meanwhile, Iran is warning people to evacuate 3 major ports in the United Arab Emirates after saying it will target them. The move, retaliation for a U.S. strike on Hark Island, a critical Iranian oil export hub. For context, 90% of Iran's oil exports flow through this island. And speaking of oil, the U.S. Treasury Secretary saying it's possible the U.S. Navy will be escorting commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz as the global oil market is choked off from the Middle East supply. President Trump reassuring Americans that gas prices will fall once this conflict with Iran is over.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He
Oil
mean
prices
gas price.
ain't
He
that
meant to say
bad right
gas
now,
prices.
though.
He meant to say gas prices will fall when they figure out what to do with these Epstein files. That's what he meant to say. But that would have been the truth.
Like my brothers say, they want them oil prices high. When you got the oil, they were so adamant about it is that Russia got a lifeline. Russia get to sell their oil at a good price. And it's a shame, but UAE about to get hit up again. The ports where their oil come, Iranian is using military strategy. It's not just like a terrorist bunch just fire missiles everywhere. They are receiving intelligence that people is believing that the Chinese or the Russian is feeding the Iranian. We have North Korea. North Korea, they want to join the war. I think he mad that Donald Trump didn't attack North Korea. I think North Korea is sad that nobody added them to the party. But it's crazy. It's affecting everyone's life. My main concern is the next generation. People younger than me going into a battle that they don't feel or don't that they deem unnecessary. Some people do not want to fight for Israel. Some people say Israel first, and some people say America first. Me, myself, I say America first over Israel. Now, we did 2 hours. That's good. That give people a lot to review. So we're going to start closing out. Before we close out, Tobias, you have anything to say before we go? Any well wishes, thank you wishes, any events going on? Let it be known. Promote. Hello, you there?
Tobias.
Well, Shin, we're gonna go to you, and then we're gonna jet out of here.
Now you go ahead. I'm gonna close it out.
Okay. I love you all. We've been going hard recently. Make sure y'all
Right.
check our shorts, check out our live, hit the like, so more people could be drawn to the show. Share, help us out because we is about to pass the thresh mark to be able to do more with our channel, have membership, advertise product, get sponsorships, and more. This is all thanks to you, the viewers and the supporters. We are sitting at 11.3K. Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Hey,
Thanks to you.
quick question, not to interrupt, but 11,000 viewers.
11.3K. Yeah.
Damn.
Subscribers.
Subscribers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, y'all been doing y'all thing.
Hey, consistency,
But even still,
dedication.
that's
Yeah.
crazy because I thought you was talking about 11,000 viewers, but 11,000 subscribers even more impressive.
Yeah, we
No, we
sitting
got.
at
If you're talking about our viewers, we're
6
at about
million.
6.5 million right now.
Yes.
Hey,
That's
thank
our
y'all for letting
Because
me on the show. Shoot.
yeah. Make
Appreciate it. You know,
sure
I've been knowing y'all for years. Love y'all brothers, but thank you for letting me on the show like that. Shit. Thank you. But like I said, next week I actually be out there in Vegas and I'll hop on the show. But the week after, I send a footage to you and Jamal so y'all can put something together and present it. You know what I mean?
yeah, do a few videos in the short form because the shorts help with the channel so we could do some short edits and make it presentable so people could view. That's kind of like our promotion go to our short. So
Okay.
have it in a short frame in like 30 to 60 seconds. We can
O-
work on it and get it presented.
Okay.
So we got a lot going on with the channel. As some of you may know, and a lot of y'all don't, we got a website, newsroom16.com. We in here, baby. We in here. We got a website. We on TikTok. On the TikTok, we newsroom_16. You
Hey
catch
Henry,
us
don't
here.
forget. Listen, Henry. You ain't even got to mention the socials because you know why? People need to go to the website because all the socials is on there. The link, the hyperlinks is under our profile name, our profile pictures, and our names and our staff positions on the network. So if people want to go to our social medias or they want to check out our YouTube channel, even though they're already checking us out on YouTube right now, but it's kind of redundant. But you never know, people could be on Facebook or whatever. But you just go to newsroom16.com and make sure you guys check out the new rating system. We need some feedback on the newest live video, as well as our highest and most popular short and our current music video with me and Henry, Soldier of the North. He's not Henry. He doesn't go by Henry when he's rapping. That's Soldier of the North we got on the music video. So make sure you guys check that out on the website and you guys rate the performances on the show, the live show, the short, and the music video 1 to 5 stars. So make sure you guys And there's a comment section that allows you to leave formal comments and formal suggestions on future shows, what type of topics you wanted us to present, what would you like us to look into, what would you like us to bring attention to, because you know, some people in real life is having struggles against the corporations or struggles against the authorities in their local town or parish or county or wherever you live, and you let us know, you know, and if it's actually credible, then yeah, we you know, we can look into it and we can bring some attention to your cause.
I can dig it.
Yes, yes. Our greatest short, it is sitting at 1.5 million views. It is
Right.
Louisiana and Sedan. We
So make sure
have
you go and check it out, and you and they make sure they rate the video 1 to 5 stars.
yes, yes. So we about to head on out of here. So let me hear my favorite word, Jamal.
You already know. Positive vibe bring positive results. Positive results means you're accomplishing your goals. And just because you go through a negative circumstance, don't mean you can't have a positive outcome. And I got this new saying I've been going off for all of 2026. You know, if people is telling you the truth or criticizing you and you feel some type of way about it, change your life.
I fuck with it.
As the channel say, never end the work and service. Newsroom 16.1. Catch you next time. Everybody stay in the studio.
Oh, yeah.